What's up, everyone? Welcome back for the next race. All right, let's get this show on the road. So yeah, racing this little thing, the Toyota Sports. And I gotta say, honest to God, for a car that has 43 horsepower, this thing does surprisingly well, in my opinion. Again, for a car that has 43 horsepower, like, it's pretty fucking awesome. It's honestly not a bad little car, in my opinion. Certainly not going to be winning any drag races anytime soon, but again, for a car that has 43 horsepower, this thing does shockingly well, I think, personally. Again, I don't claim to be like a car expert or anything, because I'm certainly not. I just enjoy playing racing games. So I don't know like a whole lot about like actual car mechanics and shit, but honest to God, I think for a car that has 43 horsepower, this thing is faster than it has any right to be, in my opinion. And honestly, it's not a bad little car as far as looks are concerned either, in my opinion. There are definitely worse looking cars out there than this thing, for sure. And honestly, I think it's a decent looking little car. Is it my favorite? No, but it's not bad, in my opinion. Yeah, honestly, for what it is, this car is pretty fucking great, in my opinion. Yeah, God, I do love the designs in this game. Like, they did such an impeccable job with, like, the actual designs and shit. Graphical fidelity could use still a little bit of work. It's definitely not perfect, but the actual, like, designs and shit of, like, the tracks and whatnot, the background designs and shit, they did such a stellar job with. So yeah, it seems like this thing can't really go much faster than like 95 miles per hour. Which again, for a car with 43 horsepower, you can't really bitch too much about that, in my opinion. Again, realistically, like I said before too, when you're driving a car on the street, you really don't ever need to go faster than like 90 miles per hour. Yeah, God, I love just driving through some of these tracks sometimes just to enjoy the scenery. They do such a spectacular job with it in this game. Makes me excited to see what they're going to do with like the future of gaming and shit. Like what graphics are going to look like in the future. It's incredible, in my opinion. Again, coming from the kid who grew up playing a fucking Sega Genesis, like, it's been very gratifying over the years to see the evolution of video games as an art form and as a form of entertainment. It's been very cool to see. But yeah, some of my very first systems were, well, my first system was the Sega Genesis, and then a little bit later on in my childhood, the PlayStation 2, and then the Wii. Alright, very nice. Yep, little car performed great. No issues. I was actually able to get around all of them pretty easily. So yeah, good shit. Yeah, usually, like, I select the cars and tracks that I drive. Like, when I'm just playing this game just for shits and giggles, I usually have a method of selecting everything randomly, so I race, like, a random car on a random track, basically. Just because I like the variety. Like, for example, whenever I'm playing a fighting game, I always select the stage and character randomly because I think it's more fun that way. You never know exactly what you're going to end up with. I don't know. For me personally, I think that's a more fun way of doing things, but yeah. That's why even when I play games like this, I have like, you know, games like this don't necessarily have like random selection options, but I have my own methods of like coming up with random selection options. So, yeah. Keeps things more interesting that way. Although usually when I do these recording sessions, usually I do close them out by racing my special custom multi-step Camaro. Of course, sponsored by my YouTube channel and my studio, Basement Cave Studios. Has a what the fuck was I saying there? Has a paint scheme that is based off of and sponsored by, again, my YouTube channel and studio. You know, there is just something about vintage cars that is just very different from any other cars. Yep, still going like 95 there. Again, might not seem super fast, because in the game anyway, but in real life, trust me, you're going 95 miles per hour, you're going to feel like you're going pretty fucking fast. There's a huge difference between like driving speeds and racing speeds. Yeah, that little fucker, man. I was giving it everything she had. As I always do, of course. I always race as hard as possible. For the most part. Yep, that little fucker got the job done. For sure. Alright, well, folks, that'll do it for that one, so stay tuned for the next race. Until then, peace out.